Hi, my name is Lisa Pfister and today I'm to make Scandinavian almond bars. So for this recipe we'll need half a cup of butter, 1 cup of white sugar, 1 egg, half a teaspoon of almond extract, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a half a cup to a cup of sliced almonds, and 2 tablespoons of milk. And for the icing, we're going to need an additional set of ingredients. We're going to have 1 cup of confectioner's sugar, some additional almond extract, 1/4 teaspoon to a half a teaspoon of almond extract, and 1/4 cup of milk. Okay, so the first step is to combine our dry ingredients. So we've got our 1 1/3 cups of flour. We have our 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Next, we'll cream together our butter and our sugar. Okay, so that looks good. So now I'm going to add the egg. Now I will add the last bit of our wet ingredients, which is the almond extract. Okay, so that's all integrated, so now we can start to add our dry ingredients. We've got our dough together. The next step is to separate it into 4 equal portions and then roll it out onto our cookie sheet. I'm going to use a little bit of confectioner's sugar just as flour to roll this out on. Okay, so now I'm just going to flatten these down and brush them with milk. Now let's add our almonds. Okay, so that looks good. Now let's pop them into the oven for 12 minutes. So while the cookies are baking, we can make the icing. So to do that, we need 1 cup of confectioner's sugar or icing sugar, 1/4 cup of milk, and about 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract. But again, I add a little extra because I really like it. Put everything together and give it a stir. Okay, so now I've taken them out of the oven and they're still warm, so I just left them on the parchment paper so they don't fall apart. And I'm going to just slice them into approximately 1-inch pieces. Again, while it's still warm so you can get through them. Okay, so now we're at our final step, which is drizzling the almond icing over our cookies, which are now cooled. I'm not too into really sweet stuff, but the smell of this almond extract really adds another dimension of flavor to these cookies. And done.